I want to just record a video today about how to sell without actually selling, right? And this is just from my experience, right? There's lots of people have a lot of stuff about this online, but I want to share how we do it and how it works for us, how it works for me, and maybe how it could work for you as well, right? So first of all, I think you guys can all relate, right? We all love to buy, but we hate being sold to. Do you ever I think it's an example, right? You're on holidays and you love buying stuff on holidays, but you're sitting on the beach and someone comes up and you buy now, you buy now. And you're like, but I don't really want anything. Oh, you buy now, you buy now. And there's this real force, this real pressure that you must buy. It's not like you've no desire for the product really. And if you do get a desire, it's really more a desire just to get a bargain. And even that, I don't even think it's a bargain, but you get what I'm saying. Like when I go to buy something, I want to have an experience. I want to have a positive interaction. I want to feel like this item is going to benefit me and benefit my life. So my job as a seller, sell things online and sell things in person sometimes, is that I have to build belief in the customer, the potential customer, that this item is going to address and eliminate pain points they have, right? And I actually know this, and I've experienced this real time, was when I was selling lathes. So I used to sell lathes when I was younger, and every week or two new people will come to buy lathes, and they'd all ask a lot of the same questions. But I realized pretty quickly that if I wanted to increase the likelihood of me getting a sale, I had to very quickly identify, well, what is the pain points for this customer? What is the thing that this lathe will help them do in their life and eliminate whatever negative or fulfill whatever need they have, right? A lot of times it was for people that, every time they needed to get a part made, they had to go to a man down the road and pay them money to do it on their lathe because they didn't have either a lathe or they didn't have a big enough lathe. And by purchasing my one, I'd be fit to say, yes, that'll address that, which basically means it's an investment. It's going to save them money, right? And that goes a long way towards, encouraging people to make a purchase, right? So whenever I was talking about the lathe to them and letting them do a lot of the talking initially, I was always just reiterating that, yeah, for what you're doing, this is perfect. So basically means I'm knocking down any reasons why they wouldn't move ahead. If the machine was perfect and it will do what you wanted to do, really all it came down to was giving them the time to convince themselves in their head that they were going to move forward with this because it addressed and eliminated all this other pain in their life, right? So it was the most logical step for them, right? So they were trusting me, right? And often they had to spend money with me, 1,000, 2,000 euro, without ever have seen the machine running, just on that relationship we built, just in that conversation we built, right? And when I identified what their core desires was and showed how that machine would solve it, and when I built the trust with them and the rapport, when I've identified all those dominoes and knocked down all those dominoes, the likelihood of them purchasing the machine was extremely high. Now, how do we bring that forward to e-commerce where we're generally not speaking to people one-on-one? The way we do that inside a lot of our businesses, and a way I actually implore you to explore, is through trials. Now, when I was selling my machines, one of the ways people used to pay me was using a check, right? Now, checks it's a piece of paper, it's basically like an IOU, but the issue is I had to trust them as well because that check mightn't be worth the paper it's printed on, which basically means that there might not be enough money in the bank to honor that check. So sometimes I would actually send them the machine and have not been paid for it, right? And never did I have a negative experience with that. The check always cleared, right? Now, if we bring that forward to what we're doing now, for example, with Apex. Apex is our mountain bike goggle company, and we sell mountain bike goggles, quite high end, quite good product, very confident in the product. And one of the ways in which we allow customers to get comfortable with our item and to make sure it's right for them is we actually let people use the item for 30 days at home by just covering the shipping and handling. So it's basically a 30-day trial, right? Now, realistically, someone could take the trial, pay £10 and not pay the balance at the end, and we'd be left with no product and, no payment. However, based on my experience with the lathes and based on my general experience of people and life, 99% of people, if not more, are trustworthy. We've never had an issue yet, right? Never. Not yet, right? We've sold hundreds of units on trial. But at the same time, it might happen, but the extra revenue we've got from offering the trial will far outweigh it. But alas, we had to identify a way, and it turned out to be the trial, of allowing people to move forward with the product without a huge outlay, a huge pain, right? So we spoke about all the benefits of our product, like I did with the lathes. We then made the yes super easy. So just cover shipping and handling, and we'll trust you. And straight away, people are like, okay, they're trusting me. They say this product will, address all these needs, right? But I can try it out for 30 days. If I don't like it, I can send it back. But if it does address all those needs, well, then the next logical step is for me to move forward and to modally allow that payment to come out and pay in full, right? So what we're leveraging there, right, is the ultimate no pressure, low risk offer for the customer, right? Again, people love to buy, but they hate to be sold to. And I think this really emphasizes that we're not trying to sell you something. We want to make sure it's right for you. And that's so positive in the customer's eyes. And we're not trying to persuade anyone. We're just trying to make a super good offer that they can actually say, well, you know what, I'll give this a try. And if it works for me, I'll keep the item. If not, I'll send it back. So we're really about guiding people, like I did with those early sales, guiding people to the logical conclusion that this item is for them by addressing all their pain points and desires and removing any risk of loss for them. And likewise, building a two-way trust relationship with them. We're trusting the customer with the product, and the customer's trusting us that, you know what, the product's going to do what it says it's going to do. So if you want to learn about how to build a trust-based offer into your business, just go down below. You'll see a calculator. So if you want to build a trust-based offer inside your Shopify store, there is a link down below. Click on that. That'll show you the numbers that we've experienced in multiple businesses now, and you'll get an idea of what type of benefit you could potentially see if this was implemented inside your store.